Welcome to another Derder Headshot brought to you by Planet Eclipse and RazaLife.com. The Mid-Atlantic Open was held at Outdoor Extreme Chesapeake City, home of the MAPL Tournament Series. On the pro field, the day started out with a game from the Challengers Division against Excessive and Texas Storm. Storm got up to an early lead, shooting Excessive out of their bunkers and keeping the pressure on Excessive. Excessive did score a couple points, but this tournament would end up being Excessive's worst performance ever. They're going to have to make some changes if they want to get back in the Champions Division. Texas Storm wins this one 6-3. The next game is Edmonton Impact versus CEP. Impact set the pace early and made for some quick points. And CEP is still trying to gather red flags like coins in the Super Mario Bros. Game.
Just played our first game against CEP. Pretty good game. We beat them 7-2, so the score was good. We feel that we played pretty sloppy. Lots of guys getting shot out of their bunkers, gunfighting. Started out strong, still won the game pretty big, but we want to tighten it up and play a lot better for our next couple games.
We just lost to Impact 7-2. We had an early penalty on myself, which cost us a lot. We can't be doing that. You know, that's 100% on me. That cost us the first 2 points of the game. And then we just did the little things. You know, we were laning good, but we had little mistakes, over slides, getting shot out of our bunkers. A lot of little things. We didn't play perfect to beat a team like that. They're a bunch of all-stars. So we're going to look forward to coming back next match against Houston Heat and doing better.
CEP did get to shoot Dave Baines for extra points, but I don't know what you get with those points. Impact gets the win. The next game is San Diego Dynasty versus Moscow Red Legion. Yosh has to tag up as Dynasty isn't prepared for the start. And being a little flustered, they drop the first point to the Red Legion. Dynasty does bring it back in the next one thanks to both Spica and Brandon Short getting kills down the snake side. In the next point, the Red Legion has a 3-on-2 advantage, and Dalton and Yosh hang tight in the Dorino corner. With Legion closing in, Yosh makes a great move to take out Lukashuk. Dynasty pulls out the point, and they gain all the momentum.
We had a good game against Russia, real meat grinder of a game. We came down to 5-4. Very last point, you know, they came back with a minute and something to tie it up, and we had to go into overtime and win in overtime, and we pulled it out. Thank God.
Dynasty gets the 5-4 win.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Yeah, tanks! Night, night! Tanks! 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 Weasel free!
Tanks. Yep. I got one. Heat versus CEP. CEP had a hard time staying alive in the first point, but they picked it up in the next point, with Heat getting shot out of their bunkers. And as quickly as they pick it up, they drop it like a ton of bricks.
We just played CEP. We just won 7-1. First game of the day, first game of the tournament for us. You know, we came out, we weren't really hitting our lanes like we should have been. We were just kind of out gun battling and just kind of shooting them out of their bunkers. You know, it's an upcoming team and they're going to be strong eventually. They just got to keep playing. You know, hopefully they can battle back and stay in this division, but at the same time, you know, this is where the big boys eat. So if you can't hang out with the big dogs on the porch, get off.
Heat went on to mop them up. And Chad, what the hell is wrong with your neck?
You know, this is where the big boys eat, so.
Whatever. Heat wins 7-1. Next game is Moscow Red Legion versus Edmonton Impact. With an earlier loss to Dynasty, the Red Legion needs to step up in order to stay in contention. And step up, they did not. This was Impact's game from the start.
We came into this Russian Legion game after just playing CP, and even though the score was 7-2, we thought it was really sloppy, and we know we needed to play better to beat the Russians. And we came out, we controlled our lanes pretty well, and we were making smart, aggressive moves, but not pushing it too hard. Against our second line, they were getting a couple kills off the break, and then maybe pushing it a little too hard and dying. But I think the good thing about our team right now is that we have two solid lines, and if one struggles, the other one can pick it up. And next game when we're playing against Heat, I mean, it might be them picking us up. So we have the two solid lines that are running, and we're going to stay fresh all weekend. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the weekend. I thought the Russians looked really good against Dynasty, so we knew it wasn't going to be an easy game like it was in Dallas. So I think overall we weren't happy with only winning 5-3, but a win's a win right now. And in the Champions Division, there's no easy games anymore, so every point matters.
It's not looking good for the Red Legion with 2 losses. Next up, we have Houston Heat versus San Diego Dynasty. In the first point, Heat starts out with some great momentum. And then Dynasty hands them a nice gift by getting a red flag. Glenn Takamoto hopes that bouncing up and down will help. How about nope? Starting with 4, Dalton gets shot in the pack on the break. As Dynasty stays patient to burn off the penalty, Alex Frage knows the guns will be aimed at the penalty box and makes a good move down the snake at the same time that Glenn bounces his way out of the box. Alex trades out, and Yosh cruises down the Doritos and picks up a point. Glenn lightens his load right off the bat. No need for all that paint, right? Then Blake gets into the Doritos and Heat bounces a ball in our face. Let's see that again. Face are in.
We just got done playing the Heat, and I guess the guys are calling it grit, but we truly buckled down and we fought back those hard points. We won a 3-on-5, ended up beating them by 1, and it came down to a minute. We took that minute point, and we were sitting on them the whole game, and it was time to go, so we made moves and we beat them.
Down by 1 with 30 seconds left. Everyone has to charge. Important tip, someone needs to shoot at Yosh in the corner. The charge doesn't prove to be successful this time. Dynasty moves to 2-0. Next game is San Antonio X Factor versus LA Infamous. X Factor started out with Colt Roberts flying down the Dorito side, which enabled X Factor to take the first point. After that, Callie tries to match them on the Doritos, but gets clipped in the barrel by Dixon Yang. The X Factor crew take a 2-point lead.
We got up 5-0, and then we kind of had a little slip up. We had 2 guys on the Dorito side and a guy in the snake, and Damien just went all rogue on us and shot all 3 of them, won the point. We kind of had a little slip up there trying to figure out, just a little brain fart, and they scored off, I think, 3 points. We ended up 6-3. It was a good game. Infamous is a great team, and just a way to start the tournament, I guess you'd say. Just get those little mess ups out of the picture. Move on from there.
Down by 3 with 90 seconds left, Infamous has to move fast. X Factor says, and they hold him off. Time expires and X Factor wins 6-3. Next game is Tampa Bay Damage versus the Tontons. Tauntaun started out with 2 kills on the break and then cruised down the snake side to grab the first point. After that, not much luck for the Tauntauns. Damage took control of the gun battles and racked up point after point.
We just played Tauntauns and we lost the first point, came back and won the next 7. Won the last point with a crucial one-on-one. Paul Everett won it. We 1-0, we play Ironman next.
Damage gets the win.
Night, night. Tanks. Tanks. Tanks.
The next game is the LA Ironman versus San Antonio X Factor. The Ironman took control early, shooting Colt in the face. Then Stephen Pitts tries to close it out a little too early. He gets caught, but the Ironmen are still up on bodies and they take the first point. The next point, X Factor takes some ground and gets into the 50 snake. Marcelo gets taken out across the field and Archie cleans it up as they tie the game. The next few points went back and forth in this close match. In the end, the Ironmen held onto their lanes and slowly picked off X Factor. Time expires and the Ironmen get the win. Next game is LA Infamous versus the Tauntauns. Infamous had no problem getting to the snake, but the Tauntauns would win the battles down that side. Point after point, Infamous couldn't get the momentum, and Tauntauns get the win.
We got up really early in the match. From then on, Infamous came back, made it a really close match, but in the end, we just drug the time out and stayed alive. We were able to beat them.
The last game of the day is Tampa Bay Damage versus the LA Ironmen. The game started out with Damage getting all 5 guys to their spots successfully. Then Damage made slow, methodical moves without overextending. Well, sort of. As teams traded out, Damage is up on bodies and takes out Paxson to get on the board. After that, Damage continued to shoot 1 or 2 people off the break each time, and then they slowly racked more and more points on the board. The Ironmen were able to score once, but Damage was in control for the majority of the match.
So basically we just played the Ironman and we knew it was going to be a long match and we came out and won the first 2 points. The third point we threw away at 5-on-2, I believe. And then it was 2-1 and we just sat there and grinded the match out. I mean, they didn't want to give anything up. We didn't want to give anything up. They're a good team. So, but on and then in the match we came out on top 4-1.
That's it for this edition of the Derder Headshot. Thanks for watching. Want to see more Derder Headshots? Click the screen now to go to our YouTube channel.
Night, night.